Right, Lee, our final pre-season run out against Luton Academy side, a 4-0 win. How happy are you with that?
Yeah, I thought it was obviously a totally different game to what we've been used to over the last 2 weeks. We played two different shapes in both halves, which I felt was important today, so we know what we're going into next week, what we want to do and how we want to play. And you know, two sides were picked on that. I thought in the first half we couldn't get to grips with their shape for about 15 minutes, and it caused us all sorts of problems. Once we got to grips with that, I thought we were very solid, very strong, very physical, played good football. And yeah, listen, overall I thought it was a really good workout for us. Minutes in the bank, no injuries, and people like Charlie Rowan coming through unscathed is a real positive afternoon.
And Adi Aziz continued his goal scoring form throughout pre-season, adding 2 today. Just how important is that for you, and is that something you want to see from your goal scorers, is that level of consistency?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's we had some big decisions to make in the summer over centre forwards. When you lose someone like Lynchy, you know, we looked hard and long and what we wanted, and you've got to be able to do things in your price range as well, and some outstanding centre forwards out there. But when I met Addy, there was just a different kind of hunger in him to prove that he's still at the level. You know, he probably went to Billericay because financially it was really good for him, and it was a really good football club with a good manager. He obviously gets a really bad injury and never quite recovered. You know, and I look at little things that, you know, we put him through a medical, we couldn't wait to get there quick enough because he backed himself, and little things like that. The hunger to want to be here was massive, and I think you've seen that in his goals again today. I think you've seen that in his performances. Of course, he's going to go through barren spells, but listen, he gives us a platform to work off, and he's very good at it. He's fit, he's strong, and he's going to be a really good signing for us.
And that is now the end of our pre-season. Just how would you sum up pre-season as a whole?
Excellent. You know, really, really good. Some really competitive games in there. Some indifferent performances. You know, St Neots away and things like that. But to be here now, it's gone very, very quick. You know, the real stuff starts next week. You know, again, more minutes into Jermaine Anderson today. Kyron Wiltshire is absolutely flying, and you know, so everyone's putting each other under pressure. The 2 goalkeepers have been brilliant. You know, so we've got some massive decisions next week. But as far as pre-season goes, I think it's been very beneficial. I think we've worked really hard. But as I said to you many times in these interviews in the last 3 weeks, nothing's won and lost. You know, it starts next week, the real competitive football. But I think we're in really good shape. We know where we are. We know what we are, and you know, we'll look forward to it and look forward to the season.
Just looking ahead to that game next week, then, just a message from you to the supporters of what you can expect from that.
Look, I said, since I've walked in this football club, they've been magnificent for us. They've been supportive. They've been good. And we need them. We need them every single week from next week, you know. And starting next week, we need a lot of noise. We need a lot of singing. We need a lot of banging the drum, because Maidstone will bring a good number of fans. And I expect a real top game. I think George and his management team, what they do there is brilliant. They're organised, they're strong, and don't concede goals. So we have to go and match that, and we need to go and be big and strong. And then obviously the best team will win. So look, it's going to be a great game. I'm really looking forward to it. The players are really looking forward to it. And hopefully the supporters will be here in their numbers and getting behind the boys.
Thank you, Lee.
Cheers, mate.